Please welcome Matt. Come on. Welcome, sir.
I did tell you that either one, am I on this one yet? Thank you, hello. Yes, I've had a shave, I had a wash, I'm wide awake. If at any point, you'll probably notice over the last 10 years my English has got better and better. I've been practicing all morning in front of the mirror, me and Shakespeare. Shall I compare thee to some day? Thou art more lovely, and the rest diminishes. What am I going to talk to us about today? Today I'm going to talk about this. It may look like nothing to you at the moment. The question is, at the very moment that I put something on the screen, it may appear to be very, very relevant to you, or very irrelevant to you. Infinite possibilities. Still relevant to you. Because as a human being, or as a spirit wandering about inside that body of yours, that vehicle of yours, you have infinite possibilities. Agree? What do we think? Yeah? Yes. You have infinite possibilities, ladies and gentlemen, until the moment that you believe, I am. And you bring consciousness into your reality. At that moment, at the moment you think I am a mum, a dad, a brother, a sister, at that very moment you say goodbye to your infinite possibilities. Interesting? So what I want to have you consider, I know there's a lot of you here today, Matt will make us laugh. Well, laughter does sort of follow me round, but what I want to do today, since I had you all here, was just to have you take a moment to consider the reasoning behind my wanting to make you laugh. Yeah? Infinite possibilities. As soon as you begin to shake up who you believe you are, as soon as you begin to loosen up, you're allowing your system, your energy field, your mind, you're allowing yourself to be more than that which you believe you are. Interesting? Yeah? Shall I continue? Yeah, a little bit of pot. Shall I continue? Yes. There we go. I love it. Just make sure that everybody's awake. That's right. So, we have this conscious mind. Yeah? Now, a conscious mind, as soon as we bring something into our consciousness, we're automatically saying, I am this. So we're getting the gist of it, yeah? Our conscious mind, then, can only hold so much information. 7 plus or minus 2 chunks of information. Now, what does that mean? That means for those of us who are old enough to remember the big number change. Several years ago, BT spent 2 years telling us that our telephone number was going to change by 1 digit. And we all walked around thinking, what is the fuss? 1 digit. Who's going to forget their telephone number when they add 1 digit? and they added one digit, and we all went, my God, what's my telephone number? Because your telephone number is inside your mind, the way that you chunk it to be. Have you ever telephoned a hotel, made a reservation, and they give you your telephone number back to you? And they give it to you in a different pattern. And you say, hang on, I'll grab a pen. And it's your number. That's because your mind packages information for you, by you. Which is quite interesting then, when we're moving into the area of dis-ease. Yeah? Disharmony. What is happening unconscious to you? What's happening beneath the surface that you're not yet aware of? Interesting? Are we interested?
Yes.
Would you like to hear some more?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Are you sick of saying yes?
Yes.
Thank you. So, we have our beliefs and values. Our beliefs and values, yeah? Or as Pink Floyd put it, the wall, yeah? We have these bricks. Now, I'm really, really interested in people's family rules. The rules that were prevalent in your prevalent, what were they? I'm Joel, I'm from Newcastle, coming out with the word like prevalent. Yeah. So I'll check that later in the dictionary. If we're looking at words that are prevalent to you, rules that were prevalent to you. Now I'll give you an example. If your mum or dad give you a rule of you shouldn't talk to strangers, that is a fantastic rule, ladies and gentlemen, when you're 4 years old. However, when you're 56 and your mum and dad are still trying to kick you out the front door, there's a bit of a problem here. Does that make sense? So some of these family rules, as we grow older, yeah, we can transcend. There's another one. We can grow out of. Yeah? But what I'm particularly interested in are the rules that are sitting beneath the surface. They're below your consciousness. And I'm fortunate enough to get to work with a lot of different people, different walks of life, and engage with them to find those rules. And some people have rules about certain illnesses in their family. You wouldn't believe that, would you? Some people believe certain size and shapes in their family. Yeah? Some people believe they're big boned. Yeah? So all of those rules are prevalent. How on earth does anybody ever change that? Anybody ever woke up on... quick show of hands, does anybody know the day of the week for starting their diet? Monday! Well done, you've been there, yeah. So you wake up on a Monday because you've gorged yourself all weekend long. Monday comes and you think, oh, I will start my diet today, yeah? Now then, 10% of your system says that is a good idea. The conscious side of you says, I am up for getting slimmer. By a week on Wednesday, your unconscious starts sneaking in. You wander to the fridge at 11 o'clock at night and you devour 10 gallons of ice cream and 4 bars of chocolate. All because you deserve it. You've been good. The truth is, when you're looking at the difference between a cheesecake and a carrot, your conscious mind says, I should eat the carrot. Your unconscious mind says, oh, but you've been so good. And you won't even notice. It'll be wonderful. Munch, munch, munch. Then you get this terrible feeling inside your mind and you're feeling depressed. You start beating yourself up because you shouldn't have had that extra chocolate bar, and your brain says, I know just the thing that'll cheer you up. Have another chocolate. Are we getting this? Yeah? I mean, we probably all know someone else that suffers with this. Yeah? We have this neurosis of the mind. It's a catch-22. And I firmly believe that nature has given every cure possible to us. The challenge is opening our minds to where that possibility is. I'm fortunate enough to live where there are an awful lot of nettles. And the wonderful thing about being a young guy growing up is you're very prone to finding nettles. And several other things on the bottom of your shoe that your mum's not too pleased about. But the thing about being stung from a nettle is, within arm's length of a nettle, you'll find a dock leaf. You'll find the cure. Nature does that. And I'm looking forward to the time when these guys find a way of researching what we do for a living. Find a way of really engaging with us to understand what the heck this system is that we're traveling in. Yeah? But that fear that we have, you see that fear? It's in all of us. And that's the sad part of this. We're all right. The position that we're arguing from is correct. But I've lived long enough now to appreciate that if I'm willing to fight for what I believe in, I'm too close. If I'm willing to fight what I believe in, I'm too close. If I'm willing to fight for it, what happened to my infinite possibilities? They're doing a lot of research currently with the brain. Yeah, you have this prefrontal cortex. That's a nice big sentence as well, I suppose. What they're saying is there's this part of your brain that when you really get stuck into a problem state, the only part of your brain that works is this tiny little piece. The rest of your brain is disengaged. Have you ever been there when you and you get really anxious about a process, and then you think, oh, blast, and you wander off, do something totally unrelated, you come back and the thing just goes click. Have you been there? Yeah? That's because as soon as you said, I'm walking away, the rest of your brain became engaged with the problem. Is it possible then, ladies and gentlemen, that you guys are sitting here with certain things in the backs of your mind and certain thoughts that you'd like to have answers for? Is that possible? Yeah. New info. Sorry, I couldn't take the copyright piece up, but luckily it's copywritten by me, so I'm okay. So, we've got all of this new information coming at us, hurtling at us, at the unconscious speed. Some of you are consciously aware that I'm speaking at the front of the stage. Some of you aren't. Because if it gets too warm in here, you can find yourself nodding and nodding, yeah? And also, if I maintain the same melodic state when I'm talking to you, you will notice that you can very soon begin to disengage with what I'm saying as you battle with the struggle for your eyelids. That's right. So that's what professional speaking is about. It's trying to keep you guys awake long enough so we can actually get something into your mind. So we've got all of this wonderful information hurtling at us. But sadly, some of the information will be deleted. It will be deleted because our conscious system is directly supporting I am. So any information coming in from the outside world that goes against who you believe you are, it will be unconsciously deleted before it even reaches you. Isn't that interesting? Would you like an example? You've probably got plenty, but I can give you one of my first grey hair. I mean, obviously, none of you ladies in the audience have come across this yet. I'll tell you how it goes, right? So, I'm having a shave, I look in the side of the mirror, and there it is. The light just caught it. A little twinkle on the side of my head, I shouted to my wife, running upstairs, thought there'd been an accident. She said, what's the problem? I said, look, here, singular, here, grey hair. She looks at me and said, you've been grey for ages. I kid you not, in the same breath, I looked back at the mirror and my sideboards went boof. Deleted. Because I thought in here I was 20 at 40. Now, have you ever noticed that you can go through a period of the next distortion? Now, I went through a period of distortion last year, yeah? I was blaming my wife, obviously. It was either my wife or the manufacturers, I wasn't sure, but somehow none of my trousers were fitting. You've obviously come across the same problem. I mean, is it a cost-cutting exercise by manufacturers? I'm not sure, but I couldn't get my normal size in. It just wouldn't work. And then when I got up to about the size 36, which was another event, I mean, funny things happened to me. I went to I'll go to a gents outfitters, they'll tell me the truth. As I walked in, he smiled at me and he said, I'm Mr. Hudson. Yes, and how can I? Pair of trousers said 36, I said, don't you start. I said, shall we use the tape measure, sir? I said, be my guest. He said, so he went round the back and measured. Nice tailor, yes, and in fact, at a 36, he handed me a 36, they fitted, I didn't buy them. Because it was at that point I had a reality check. I went from I am a slim fit looking guy to I am a fat poking guy. I've got to do something. So it broke my reality. Is that making sense? Yeah? Then we've got a generalization pattern. Generalizations, we have to appreciate how our mind generalizes. Some of you may be at this conference for the first time, yeah? Now then, I looked outside the window there, and yet nobody was coming around the building like this, trying to figure out how to get in. Because even though you've never been here before, your mind is able to generalize that a building has an entrance or an entrance, yeah? And you can step through it. Make sense? Now, you've been doing that ever since you were this tall. Anybody ever had a child, seen a child? Yeah, they come in various sizes, yeah? I found out why we call them terrible twos. They're terrible twos because they become terrible as soon as they figure out how a handle on a door works. Yeah, do I lie? Yeah? So, that generalization pattern is very good for our learning mechanism. But sadly, it has a downside. It will naturally take anything we put in there and generalize. Generalize means has never not been and will never ever not be. Does that make sense? Never had a beginning, never have an end. So when I'm listening to people speaking, then I'm listening, what are they generalizing about their health? What are you generalizing about your health, ladies and gentlemen? What are you deleting about your health? What are you distorting about your health? Yeah? Because as soon as you say I am, you are now limiting yourself to the possibilities that you are. Interesting? Are we still awake?
Yes.
Are we sure?
Yes.
Actually, for those of you who are writing this down, I didn't actually make that one up. Chomsky. Noam Chomsky, yeah? Transformational grammar, yeah? Very interesting piece of work. Chomsky said, there's no such thing as reality. He said, we must be able to filter information at a level below consciousness, otherwise we wouldn't be able to get out of bed in the morning. There's too much information. So these filters are running whether you like it or not. You're still filtering. I'd ask you to think, are you filtering from a well person position or a sick person position? Yeah? I mean, it is a decision point, but it must be made within your mind, within your universe. You can pop out and meet individuals and speak across this void, but you are on this journey with you on your own. These wonderful professionals can come with all of their wonderful drugs, their operations, but ultimately you are on your own inside your universe. You, and I listened to a wonderful talk this morning, yeah, you have to be responsible. Now by responsible, what we're saying is able to respond. Yeah? A lot of people walk through life and they continually react. That is your generalization pattern running. What it does is it uses a post-hypnotic suggestion. But basically what I'm saying is, have you ever been going somewhere and you thought, it will be terrible when I get there? It's terrible. Well done. You did that. Yeah? A lot of people say, oh, I can't stand the thought of X. Well, change it then. It's your thought. Yeah? I know it isn't easy, but these are thoughts we're threatening you with. Just thoughts. The biggest fear any human being will ever face is change. It's absolutely terrifying. Why can't everything stay the same? Eh? Why can't I be sitting here in my nappy, not bothering to go to the toilet? It's terrible. Yeah? Why do things just change? Wouldn't it be a lot easier, ladies and gentlemen, if we didn't have to get up to go to the bathroom? Yeah? But we evolved. And yet change continues. Suddenly we get a little older, and then we're willing to fight to retain that which we've created. You have to be prepared to let go of the sight of your known shore if you're ever going to see new oceans. You have to be prepared to change. Some of the most amazing, miraculous cancer stories I've heard are from people who just changed their lives. Transformed their lives. Yeah? So what I'm showing you here is what we would do in a typical client, or when I've been up here at the front in recent years, yeah, I have people laugh quite a bit. Oftentimes when a client chats with me, I will look to confuse the client. There is method in my madness. Yes, I am a lunatic, but it is my asylum, and it's an asylum of my making. If, as Einstein put it, you expect to get different results by using the same thinking that created the problem, that is insanity. So the only logical way then to beat an illogical problem is with an illogical intervention. Does that make sense? Yeah? Because some of you say, well, it doesn't make sense. So if it doesn't make sense, why on earth are you trying to treat it with sense? Some of the things that are happening to you aren't supposed to make sense because they're happening at an unconscious level, a below conscious level. And you can actually end up with a head hurt just trying to figure out, how do you work? If we can get you confused, ladies and gentlemen, you can change. Do you like that? Confused, ladies and gentlemen. Things can change for you. But some of you will be absolutely terrified at the thought of being confused. Some of you will kick, spit, fight, just to try and stay on your little piece of the planet. So what isn't it that you're not thinking about? If you ever wanted a very quick exit from your mind, ask yourself that question. When you find yourself sometimes in the middle of the night spinning round, spinning round, spinning round, just ask yourself, what isn't it that I'm not thinking about? As soon as you apply that question to your conscious mind, if you apply it properly, you'll find you have no answer. You'll find yourself vanishing into the void. Interesting? You are possibilities, are you not? So you are infinitely possible, ladies and gentlemen. And that's the one thing I wanted to share with you. Yeah, we've got some workshops at the weekend. We love to have some fun. But the reason for the fun is to create a shift in you. Have a think about who you are and realize the very second you say I am, that's the instant you lose access to every other possibility. You are more than you believe you are. Thank you. Any questions? Thank you.
Questions, please?
You stunned the world to silence, man.
Have you hypnotized them?
I think several other people have done this before.
Hi Matt, we met earlier at the discussion group. I'm Wendy Hepworth from Blackpool, the Swallows Head and Neck Cancer Support Group. Have you got a book, have you written a book, and have you got a CD on hypnosis and hypnotherapy?
Oh, thank you. I owe that lady a fiver. The reason being, I'm not going to make a shilling out of this as per blooming usual, but the team in Newcastle will hate me when I get home. However, what I'm going to do is that any of you guys catch me at the workshop, give me a little bit of your time so I can get some details from you. And when I get back, I'll put probably half a dozen CDs together. I'll do them over the next fortnight. If I've got your email or you contact us, we'll download them to you. How's that? Yeah? And it'll cost you nothing. Yeah? Fab, no problem. Hey, that was easy. Oh, an answer to the other one, the book I'm currently working on. Yeah, there's one on our site called The Wizard of Woz. Yeah, and I think it's about $17. Everything's in dollars nowadays. I think it's $17. Now it's called The Wizard of Woz, W-A-S. Yeah, because 20 years now we've been working with clients, and what I've found is when a client comes with a presenting problem, the problem isn't with them today. the problem invariably is from yesterday, but they brought it along. And so what I look to do is to line up their lives correctly again, so we can put the past in the past and let us get on with the present and let's have a future. So that's how I work. It's an interesting book, and we've got half a dozen techniques in there. And the next one is which will be ready by the end of September, otherwise somebody will be in trouble. And that is this why you do that? And that one we've got lots and lots of examples, and please I'll be after gathering some of yours even. I'm still not content to put them in. And what we're looking at is, what are your family rules? We've put a whole list of family rules on there, and I put all of the techniques I would use with the client to upgrade the rule. And we have some fantastic transformations with that one. So there's a result, yeah. That'll be a $10 or $17 or what, yeah. Is that why you? Is this why you do that?
Is that Geordie language?
Is this? Well, actually, to be honest, if I was going to tell Geordie a tale like that, they would understand anyway.
Thank you. Last question, please.
Hey, Matt. Hi, it's Steve here. You caused me a dilemma. I go through life, people ask me who I am. What two words do I now use rather than I am?
Or rather, I am. I am. And that's all you'll ever be. I am. Because as soon as you add the next word, your possibilities collapse. I am spirit. I am energy. I am universe. Each and every one of you is universe. There's one universe, but there's one universe in each of us. We're all seeing this world differently. Yeah, and we listen to the statisticians when they talk. They're passionate, but they're passionate about the numbers. But it doesn't make them any less passionate about the people. It's just the way they see the world, their universe. Yeah? And it really is about I am. Yeah? And I'm noticing, obviously, my deafness, but the volume doesn't help me up here, so I'm literally lip reading at a distance. So I thought, that's food for thought. I'll put a hearing aid in next time as well. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen,